All right, we are with Dwayne Chapman, also known as Dog the Bounty Hunter, and Topo Padilla, KFBK client and president of the Golden State Bail Agents Association. Fellas, the first question I want to ask you is, what you told the members of this assembly committee today about this bill and why you're against it.
Well, we're slowly, it's like climbing a tree. You got to go one step at a time. And in law, making laws, opposing laws, or fixing laws, it's a very slow process. So this was our first time to kind of educate the committees on what they're doing. They have no idea because they're not in law enforcement or in the criminal justice system. So they're like, throwing rubber darts at a metal dartboard right now. They know something's wrong with the criminal justice system, and they don't know how to fix it. So we're there telling them, we also agree that there needs some tweaks done to the criminal justice system because it's 200 years old. But what you're doing right now is not how to fix this.
So the big question, I think, is why do you think it's a bad idea, aside from the fact that you'll lose your livelihood in this state, to eliminate the cash bail system?
Well, the cash bail system has worked for over 200 years, and it's in our Constitution. So it's just like if you're very sick and you have to go to a doctor. Everyone knows you go to jail, you do something wrong, you're going to have to post bail, then you're going to have to hire an attorney, and then you're going to have to deal with it from there. So, we're the bail bondsmen, as I told the assembly today, we're more than just, bail bonds anytime we make a nickel out of every crime like they were in the 60s. We're psychiatrists, we're doctors, we're marriage counselors, we're taxi cabs, we're church people. We fill 5 or 6 different shoes. They are our clients. We're responsible for them, not only to go to court, but, we get calls 24/7 about personal problems. So we're in touch with their lives a lot more than, again, it was in the 60s. If a state is going to do what we do, you're going to have to pay 4 people hourly to do it. We don't get off at 5 o'clock. Our day just starts. We work 24 hours a day. We're on call. I got a call last night, being in California at 10 p.m. In Hawaii was 7. At one of my clients was going to beat up his wife. And his wife said, "Dog, he's going to hit me. Get on the phone." I had to get on the phone for 5 minutes, threaten him, and then bring him back into reality. You're going to jail if you touch her. Now, PR services or the state, you couldn't get through because they went home at 4:30 or 5 o'clock. So, slow baby steps were taken with the assembly to kind of teach them our line of work and our business of the criminal justice system.
Well, and you've touched on it a little bit. Talk a little bit more about the benefits for the clients to have this cash bail system in place.
Well, the clients, of course, is the people that get in trouble, right? So today it's 10%. Your bond's $40,000. Average bonds are $20,000. Let's say. Oh my God, $20,000 a lot of money. It's actually $2,000. Oh my God, $2,000 is a lot of money. Well, some of the bondsmen here in California are financing even that. Small down payment, weekly payments. Number one, to make a weekly payment, you got to get a job. So it gives the bondsman incentive to help you get a job so he can get paid. We all try to use everything we can to get the bondsman involved. It's, like I said, it's not, in the 35, almost 40 years I've seen it, it's completely changed. It's not like it used to be, where the fat guy walked around with a cigar and a bag of money, I'm a bondsman. It's not like that anymore. There's nurses, there's doctors, there's lawyers, there's judges, there's people that used to be on welfare. There are people from all nationalities, all creeds, all tribes, in bail bonds right now. You feel really good when you get a guy out of jail and he does a bad thing, and then you'd get his heart right. He's like, "Dog, I had a guy tell me the other day, "Dog, you ruined my life for crime." He's like, "I had to get 2 jobs. People are asking me, 'Bosco, do you got any money?' I'm like, 'I'm fine.'" I felt good in my spirit. I felt like I had done something good. And every time I see Bosco, he does that. That means when he takes his fist and hits his heart, that means I love you. And this guy was a criminal, almost killed me when I arrested him. I had to bluff him to get him out. And I feel really good because Bosco loves me every time he sees me. So it's a job where not only do we financially get some money, but we get spiritually and emotionally paid for too. It's a big job.
Well, you're also, as I understand it, based on what you were saying to the senator and to what Topo has said to me before, you help keep people from losing everything just because they're arrested.
Well, you know, they're acting like all the poor people. Now, a poor person to me is someone that's below welfare, all right, poor. He doesn't have a nickel. You know, we see a dime or a quarter on the street, and I've had my kids go, if it's not sitting on heads, Dad, don't pick it up. I'm like, what are you, crazy? You pick it up no matter what. It may not bring you luck if the head's up, but you pick up the quarter. Now, that quarter is a quarter to me. A poor person, that quarter is a meal. Now, you have a guy that quarter is a meal, rob a grocery store. He gets caught leaving with, say, $3,000 in a bag. When we put him in jail, do we treat him different than the guy that pulled up in the stolen car and robbed the store the day before? What's the answer to that? You broke the law, whether you're poor or you're rich. You think when you get to heaven, God's going to say, oh, we're going to let you slide it because you raped that girl because you're poor? Come on into heaven? No. You're bad? You got an evil heart? Guess what? You ain't seeing maybe just the gate. That's it. Take a left, not a right. Whether you're poor or not. So that's the same thing. This is America. Whether you're poor or not, you break the law, you're going to jail. You're going to pay a deterrent to get out of there. A famous man once said, and I'll say his name now, was Martin Luther King, who said, without any kind of deterrent, God bless America, we're in trouble. So that's what it is if you're going to, you know, how many guys figure, oh, I'm drunk right now, and you're drinking, your judgment's bad, but, you know, in California, DUI is $2,000. Oh, my God, I got to pay $200 if I get caught. You know, I'd rather call a cab, it costs me $45. So these guys know what 10% is, what they'd have to pay. That thought that they have has a lot to do with the crime that they carry out. You know, it takes a hell of a man to walk in a bank with a camera pointed at you and say, everybody stick 'em up. Right? Kind of stupid, isn't it? But it happens 16 times a week in America. These guys know how to get around the system. So just because you're poor doesn't mean that you should have free bail.
How do you think you did in terms of getting your message across to the assembly members today?
I think we did okay. It's a start, okay? It's a lot. I didn't catch the fish. I got a couple good bites. Some will change what I said into suiting what they like. But I was treated very nice. I buttoned my shirt, took my shades off. I was treated very nice, and I think we did pretty good. Topo and I got a couple of the assemblymen out in the hallway, and they came out and talked to us alone and said, you know, you put a hole in our armor today, you guys. You dented our armor. You're right, we've got to do something. Now, as long as they're talking like that in politics, that's a good sign, okay? To walk away with the win, no, we didn't. But we're bail bonds bounty hunters. We've never got anything easy ever. You know, even our wives are mean to us. So they are, aren't they? Yours is mean to you too. Put up with it. So yeah, but we don't get things easy. So we've always had to work for it, and that makes us feel good after we win if we work for it. That's just our nature.
All right, Topo Padilla and Dwayne Dog the Bounty Hunter Chapman. Thanks, fellas. Appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. Aloha. Thank you, sir.